It's just been so long.
It's almost like my Tourette's got jealous. Just had to do it with you. Welcome to Booze Ballin.
What?
Fantasy football shaken.
Not stirred.
I'm Todd Webb.
I'm DK.
And I know you missed us.
No, they probably did.
We've been doing a lot of live stuff, and we decided we're going to get back into the meat of the things. And
the meat of
the
the
meat
things?
of things.
You just had to start with meat. Huh?
Start with meat, all
Jesus.
up and around the meat. So this is our mid-season episode. We are week 10, halfway through the season, and we want to see where we're at. And
probably a little bit over halfway for the fantasy season.
Technically, one game over the actual season, middle of the season.
NFL.
Yeah,
the
NFL.
Fantasy leagues are a little bit closer. Trade deadlines are coming up probably this week for some.
This week, the
next week, maybe for most.
The next 3 weeks are probably the 3 to 4 weeks are the most important in your fantasy season. So we figured,
you got to set yourself up now or forever hold your peace.
So this is an important episode midway through the season. See where the dumpster fire that this season has been is taking us.
Oh my God, it's been real bad for some of my teams.
Would you say you've been taking a lot of hits? Injury,
dude. It started with Neighbors in week 2, I think it was, and I had him on just about every fucking team.
Underperforming. Would you say it was kind of like being punched?
Maybe.
Which brings us to what we're drinking tonight.
Actually, it was like being hit with a bull rope in the balls, like over and over again. Like I was fucking Daniel Craig in 007.
That's my favorite scene. Made me so hard. That is not what we are drinking tonight.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not taurine. But
I tried to lead you into
tonight's inspiration is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. If you followed us, if you watched us early, this is going all the way back to season 1. Puncher's Chance is one of our highest rated bourbons that we did, and it was lower proof.
It was only 90 proof. It was really smooth, really
that one
easy drinker.
Was only a 2-year. This is Puncher's Chance, new and improved. Well, not new because it's 14 years.
It's older.
But this is the left cross version. Aged a little bit longer. It's got cool sayings on top of the bottle. A little bit higher proof. It's a 96 proof instead of, I think Puncher's is a 90.
I think it was 90-ish, right around
90 or 91, I think it was.
But yeah,
this might even have been one of them weird ones that had like a point.
And this is aged in rum casks, which we've been staring at this fucking bottle for a year.
Regular retail goes for about $150 a bottle from what I was seeing here in Pennsylvania. I don't know about other places in the world, but God, I can't wait to try it because
are we getting set up for fucking disappointment right now? Because I feel like we are very happy to have this bottle.
It's either going to knock my dick off or I'm going to be super disappointed.
Yeah, it's one of those where we've been looking at it for so long, and then it went on sale. One of the good things about Pennsylvania is every once in a while they'll throw weird sales where you'll get a $150 bottle for $80, $90. So that came off fast.
We already know it's going to be good.
That was the least I've seen you struggle with that.
That's very true. That's a good sign of things to come.
Awesome. All right, so mid-season episode. You're going to come. So mid-season.
Oh, she's in there.
Get it. Give her a hard pull right now. Go. Ooh, good.
Oh, yes.
Good pop, though. So mid-season episode, we're going to start this off. We're going to talk about, he pours that. We're going to talk about your fantasy MVPs and fantasy LVPs up to date in this season. MVPs, those guys where you drafted. Hold on. I am so excited about this. I smell the rum.
I do too.
I smell the rum.
I smelled it as soon as I opened the bottle up.
Seems like a fair pour. Anyway, so MVP, those players that you drafted, and they are outperforming their draft pick, but obviously they're the guys that you drafted high anyway, but are definitely living up, if not exceeding their expectations, keeping you in your league, winning your league. So
they're doing their damn thing.
Do you want to give me one of our league MVPs halfway through the season?
I mean, you got to start off with one of the obvious choices. The dude's got 15, 16 touchdowns or something crazy like that, and that's Jonathan Taylor. Had a down week last week. Only scored about 7-8 fantasy points, depending on your league.
Because I drafted him in our pick'em.
And
that's why.
Yeah, having said that, he's still RB2 having that down week, which is crazy to think about. So you got to put him in the list of MVPs. Drafted 9th overall, or not 9th overall, but 9th running back overall. So,
and he's currently RB2.
Yeah.
So you would have drafted him end of the second, beginning of the third, depending on how your league went. Yep. You can imagine a bunch of receivers went, and he's playing like he should have been the first one off the board.
All right, no more fucking around.
Speaking of run, yeah, no. Oh yeah, cheers to this bottle. It's got a sweetness to it. Definitely can tell that that's a little higher proof than the other one, and aged longer. It's got more oak to it.
It's very similar,
but it's
just got more body to it.
Very similar. Definitely more oaky, like definitely more aged, but like
Dude,
I get a little bit of that rum finish in it.
That is really good.
That is really good. Gosh, okay, so we weren't super disappointed.
No, it's really good.
Speaking of running back,
I'm not disappointed.
Another guy we said, or you said about for MVP, you got to say Christian McCaffrey, although he was drafted one of the top 5 running backs off the board. So it's hard to say that
I think it's just him and Taylor are like right there with each other. Taylor might be more so just because he was drafted later. So maybe you got a better wide receiver and then matched up Taylor with him. Whereas Christian, you had to take a little bit earlier.
You would have had to take him before your wide receiver 1. So you could have taken Jamar Chase or CeeDee Lamb and paired him with Jonathan Taylor, why I like Jonathan Taylor more as like my MVP.
The only reason I put him up there is his point total is just so much higher than third place. Like the RB3 is like 70 points behind him right now. It's not even close.
It's insane. But we also got in there, we got the dude who is impressing everybody, my Jackson Smith and Jigba.
That's my.
He is.
That is my season MVP, mid-season MVP right now is Jackson Smith.
He was drafted as wide receiver 13. So if you think about that realistically, in a 10-man league, that could be your 4th, 5th round.
And he could be your wide receiver 2 that you drafted him.
Yeah, he is wide receiver 2. He could be your wide receiver 1. So if you think about what you drafted, you probably got, let's say you got him in the 4th round, you probably have a wide receiver 1 to pair him with. You have a running back, possibly a wide receiver 2.
You probably have a CeeDee Lamb or a Puka or something like that to go with him on top of having a really good pair of running backs if you went running back.
Unless your team got injured, every league I'm in, and I mean, that is a lot of them, everybody who has Jackson Smith and Jigba, unless they lost their 1st or 2nd round picks, is top 2 in the league.
No, they're easily in the playoffs.
Strictly because of him.
They're easily in the playoffs. He's been balling the F out.
Now, we got to throw one in there.
Oh, yeah. I got to throw Drake May in there because the quarterback's got to be in the running for MVP race, right? I mean, because they're just the most valuable
Roger?
player. I mean, God forbid you win the Triple Crown or something and you don't even get a vote.
Yeah, no, Drake May is wide receiver 3, quarterback 3, drafted as quarterback 15.
Oh, God, it's so
good. Off the board, just quarterback. Like, it's crazy that. And you and I both started Knicks over him, so fuck Thursday Night Football. Which is
hashtag FTNF on that one.
Unless you had Ashton Genty,
that was
Thursday Night Football.
I mean, it was cold and windy, but that's not an excuse.
I lie. Broncos defense did do well.
Yeah, they had a block kick.
I had one league where I started Genty in the Broncos defense, so I did good on that one league. But the other ones I started Sutton and the Broncos defense.
Yeah, and Genty only did okay because he got in the end zone. So
he definitely he's looking better. Like, I feel confident starting him the rest of the year. But let's go. Speaking of failures, let's hit our LVPs.
Our LVPs. Do you want to start us off?
These players, you can go first. These are the players that you basically drafted, and they are well underperforming and probably losing your league for you.
Yeah, right now.
But I gotta say this: they'll have weeks where you keep them in your lineup, but they fail you. They're not like these people that we get to our awards later that are just disappearing.
I have to mention in this first, as I'm going with AJ Brown as one of my first ones. He's got to be mentioned in this LVP race. He's only has 2 weeks that were blow up weeks where he went over 20 fantasy points.
Yeah.
And it kind of made you forget about the other duds that he's put up. But other than that, he hasn't gone over 10 fantasy points.
But you keep him in your lineup because of that potential every week.
You have to keep him in your lineup. And I do think he's going to have a better second half of the year. I think they're going to right the ship a little bit there in Philly in the passing attack. And I think he gets going.
I would like to think so, yeah.
If not, I can't imagine he's there next year. Just a hunch. He might try and force his way out.
Maybe.
That is an A.J. Brown thing to do. Maybe not. I might be a little preemptive on that. But
I guess it depends how the year ends and where he looks at. But I agree. Like right now, he's an LVP because you got to put him in your lineups and he's goose egging you. Just like Cortland Sutton did last
3
week.
points. Like, a lot of weeks he's going for like 6 fantasy points. He gets like 4 targets, and you're like, why is he not getting more targets?
My guy is a guy who's about to enter the MLB and go back to playing baseball because he's only 28 years old. Mr. Kyler fucking Murray.
Do you think he could do that? That'd be impressive if he could just.
There's a lot of memes online saying like he's still young. Why don't you like your football career is basically going down the shitter? So why don't you go go back and try to play because he
was a very good baseball player.
Didn't know.
But I don't know if you could just pick it back up like that.
I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm a good baseball player.
But wasn't he drafted into a minor league team for baseball?
Yes.
And then he decided
to go drafted
NFL,
in both sports. I think in the first round.
And then he chose the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he should have chose to go play video games.
It was like Toronto that drafted him. I could be wrong there. No.
But yeah, he was drafted as QB9. So he was drafted as to be a starting quarterback for in a 10-man league, and he's currently quarterback 24.
Yeah, no. Well, the injuries hasn't helped. He hasn't played in like 6 weeks or something.
Even when he plays, like, and I've said it for
now
so
he's on
long,
IR, so he's still not going to play.
I don't think he plays the rest. I think he's done for the year.
Yeah. Me and my buddy Jimmy were talking about this last night watching the game. He's pretty much saying that Kyler Murray will not be an Arizona Cardinal next year. Like, there's no way he's still on the roster come this time next year.
I agree. And I can't watch him play anymore. I can't watch him run for his life and throw the ball up. And thank God he has Trey McBride, and in the end zone has Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, and how good has Marvin Harrison Jr. been with Brissett in the game? We talked about this last week on the live.
Because people were asking him.
Yeah, people were asking me about Marvin Harrison Jr. on the lives. Everybody was asking, do I start MHJ? And I'm like, absolutely. He's like,
with
Brissett there, he's actually better.
Well, Brissett can see the field better, just height wise, because of Kyler Murray. But he can see the field better, and he actually gets the ball to people on their routes, where Kyler gets it after after coverage keeps them, and then they got to extend the plays. That's the problem with Kyler,
because he can't see over his offensive line. I said it.
He said it. Do you got another LVP? If not, I got.
Oh, absolutely, I've got an LVP for you.
I mean, there's a lot that could be, but we're trying to keep it to those people that really just. You feel like you got to keep them in your lineup, and they just keep failing you.
So this guy, he was drafted to be your number one wide receiver. Any guesses?
You hate wide receiver.
Oh, dude. Well, I hate when you expect a guy to be really good, and then he's like wide receiver. Freaking...
Oh, I know where you're going.
Yeah. So I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. as my pick.
We'll call him
he's got a chance to rebound now that Travis Hunter, he pretty much lost the number one job to Travis Hunter in the last couple weeks.
And then Travis Hunter got hurt.
And then
Travis
Hunter got hurt.
On the verge of a fucking breakout.
He's only had 2 weeks over 10 fantasy points.
No, he's been.
Think about that.
Did we talk about this? I might have talked about this. I had a guest on the other week.
He was drafted as the number 8 wide receiver overall, and has only had 2 weeks of over 10 fantasy points.
He looks afraid to get hit.
He looks like he's afraid to get hit.
Did you see a lot of balls where like the defender's right on him? He won't look the ball in. He'll look at the defender.
Oh,
like
really?
I've seen him do it a couple times, and I think
I haven't watched a lot of Jacksonville.
Well, I think it was in preseason. I love Jacksonville for some fucking reason. But it was I think it was preseason. He took a hit. He took a decent hit. I think it was preseason, and it seems like, and a lot of people have said it too, where it looks like he's just not like going up to get the ball. He's going to go up and get the ball, but he's worried about getting hit, like when catching it.
Right.
So, I also feel like that's just kind of hurting the way his year one, he was playing no regards, running routes like a champ. The ball's thrown, it touches his fingers, he's getting it. This year, I feel like he's just
career saving,
regressed to bear. Yeah, kind of like
he's like, yeah, I got the money.
Like Tyler Lockett.
Did he get paid? Did he get an extension?
No,
not yet. Yeah, he's screwed. He might need to start catching the fucking ball again.
Guy who I have is a pass catcher, and he catches the ball, it just doesn't go to him. Is TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten targets.
Who has been a top 3 tight end for the last few years. He was drafted as tight end 6, and he's currently tight end 22.
Was he hurt to begin the year?
I think he's a little bit banged up, but
so that like had something to do with his draft too. Because if he wouldn't have been hurt,
he would have been drafted.
He would have probably been drafted as like a top 3 guy, 4 guy. Well, maybe.
Well, no,
not
I think no. He
but...
dropped. He dropped because of the unknowns of JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, that's okay.
But then what got me is, and the reason why I've kept him in my lineups and people kept him in his lineups, all of a sudden here comes Mr. Orange in Carson Wentz. Love you, Carson.
Peppered him with targets.
And you would have thought that everyone's like, oh, Carson Wentz loves his tight ends. When he was in Philly, tight end, he loves his tight ends. So everyone's like, start Hawkinson. And then he gets nothing again. It blows my mind. So he's one of those guys where you feel like you can't put him on your bench.
Yeah.
And odds are if you drafted TJ Hawkinson, you don't have another startable tight end because you drafted him thinking, oh, good, I got Hawkinson. I don't need to fulfill tight end until later on. And then you picked up like a fill-in. Now, you might have gotten lucky. We're going to get to waiver wire. There is a tight end like Waiver Wire Hero that we get to.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't draft him thinking that you're going to need to get a backup tight end.
No, absolutely not.
So you're playing him every time.
Hopefully you got lucky.
I want to look at this.
Picked up somebody that actually is doing good, like a.
So here, look at this.
Fucking guy from Chargers, and I can't even remember how his name
against
is.
Philly,
like just a bunch of D's and G's. I don't know what's going on.
Gadsden.
There it is.
Rhonda Gadsden. That's a waiver wire here right there. So basically 4 targets, 3 targets, 6 targets, 5 targets, 6 targets, 9, 3, 3. But catches 3, 1, 5, 4, 6, 6, 2, 2.
They're all trash targets.
He hasn't gotten over 50 yards receiving.
The game I watched him play
all season,
a lot of his targets were like at his feet, just throwaway passes.
Right. Not a single receiving yard of 50. And you got to look back. He got hurt last year, but before that, tight end 2, tight end 4. All right.
Oh yeah, he's been a monster in fantasy for years.
So speaking of waiver wire, we kind of said it right there. Like you said, if you picked up Hawkinson and he's not playing, you got to go to the waiver wire. So we're going to hit what we call our waiver wire heroes and our waiver wire busts this far through the season. And we might as well throw it out there in a waiver wire real quick and start with the tight ends. Rhonda Gadsden has been a hero. Now,
yeah, he's been pretty boss.
We didn't put him on this list because we haven't seen enough of a sample size to say that he's going to continue.
Right. It just kind of started happening. So we'll see what's going on there.
Kind of same with Kyle Monangai.
Yeah.
He could be, come the end of the year, a waiver wire hero. He came in. He looked great. They've already said that Swift is going to start this week, which is fucking stupid.
But I agree. Like, how do you not just ride that kid?
He's the future. He's a more true running back than Swift.
Like 170 some yards, no?
Right. I was talking to someone on Game Set Match. We were talking sports, and we said that you have so many weapons and a mobile quarterback and a lot of speed in that offense. You don't need a Swift. You need a cutthroat running back.
Yeah.
That is what that offensive needs. You don't need another pass catcher. You need a running back, and that's what Monangai is.
Agreed.
But him and Gadsden are on the watch list by the end of the season. I think
they need to play them both. I mean, I think Swift and Monangai need to both play the game.
It should be like Gibbs and Montgomery.
It needs to be like Zeke and Pollard was at Dallas.
Because they're so different that they can both play.
Agreed. And I think they will.
So as far as a waiver wire hero, you said it earlier. Who do you think is the best waiver wire hero so far this year?
It's got to be Rico Dowdle.
Agreed.
I mean, he's a top 10 running back right now. I think he's like RB 8 or 9, somewhere in that range.
And you thought he was going to stop
200. Yeah, and then I thought Chuba was going to come back in and at least take touches, and I was wrong on that one. I'll admit that. I thought Chuba was like kind of the guy. Yeah. No, I thought Rico was still going to get touches, but I thought it would be more of a split than it's been. And Rico looks like he's the guy now. I think he stole the job away.
Sit people on a lot. We did one of our Sunday morning sit starts. We do that at TikTok every Sunday sit start. We said Chuba's back. Start Rico with caution.
Right. We said to start him, but
we were a little bit wrong there.
Yeah, agreed. Because it's like Chuba was not back. He was like still on the sidelines back. He had pads on. That's about it.
But Rico's probably been one of your top 3 waiver wire heroes so far this season.
I would say maybe he's got to be the guy.
The guy.
I would say he's one of the top. One. Just because of his production since he's become the guy there. I mean, he had back-to-back 200-yard games. That probably won you your week alone.
Absolutely. So who do you got as another 1 or 2? Give us 3. So give us another waiver wire hero.
I go to the quarterback position. I think Jackson
Dart. You got to have a quarterback.
You always have to have a quarterback for these heroes. But no, Jackson Dart has been a legit lifesaver if you went with a Kyler Murray.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I mean, if you're sitting there with Kyler Murray and then you drafted, I guess if you would picked up like a Sam Darnold or something like that, you'd be doing okay. But I don't think.
But Jackson Dart has been
he's been
startable.
Yeah, I mean, his rushing ability, he's been very good. And I just think he's been definitely a hero on the waiver wire.
We both did say, if you watched one of our preseason episodes, we did our rookie picks. Now, by default, knowing that he wasn't going to start, you picked Cam Ward, but we did say
that he was the best quarterback.
The dude's got everything we need. It's just he's now stuck behind Russell Wilson and Jameis
Winston. It didn't take him long to get on the field, did it? We were pretty spot on. I was just too afraid to go all in and say that he was just going to steal the job away.
And he looked good. But then preseason, he looked like he should. He's just got that swagger of a quarterback that runs an offense. He just looks like
he also kind of got a little bit lucky, because if Russell Wilson goes out there and they're like 2-2 and they looked good in those 2 losses,
he doesn't get that start.
He doesn't get that start right away.
No, that's true.
But like, fucking coach's job was on the line there. Like,
yeah,
for a fact, like, he was feeling the heat from ownership, and he was like, well, I drafted the kid. If I'm going down with the guy I drafted.
And fuck, does he look smart as hell now?
Dable probably saved his freaking job with Jackson Dart. So
he did.
Because I was going to put him on the hot seat and just scream it from the rooftops. Like, why does this guy still have a job? And the Giants have looked better. I mean, especially with the injury to Scadaboo, it hurts big time. But watching those 2 guys play has been a lot of fun.
But Jackson Dart moves the offense better. His mobile ability, like Russell Wilson lost his mobile ability.
The players play for him.
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of like the type of guy that Baker Mayfield is, where the players respect him.
Right.
He puts it on the line. He plays, so they're like, you know what, we're going to play for you, not in spite of you, or get me the fucking ball. You're not getting me the ball. Like,
that was the biggest thing in Denver with Russell Wilson, is his teammates fucking hated his guts. Like, they were all like, this guy's a douchebag. Get him out of here.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Speaking one more hero, again, if you drafted TJ Hawkinson, hopefully you picked up this guy. Juwan Johnson for the Saints has been one hell of a startable tight end.
Yeah, that was supposed to happen with Derek Carr, because Derek Carr was screaming his name from the rooftop.
Because he looked good to finish last year.
And then never threw him. Well, yeah, Derek Carr got hurt.
Yeah.
And didn't play at the end of last year.
And then Juwan Johnson, all of a sudden, like, he's a red zone beast.
I remember reading an article last year where Derek Carr was like, remember Juwan Johnson's name, because he's going to be a crazy tight end in fantasy for you guys.
And he still went undrafted.
Never threw him the ball. I was like, why? What the hell? And then all of a sudden, he gets hurt, and he's been a top 10 guy probably since then.
He's been a startable. I mean, I have Hawkinson, picked him up. Fuck, I have Kyle Pitts picked up Johnson. I'm starting him above him every week.
I would.
So
Pitts is another one of those just inconsistent, but
so inconsistent. All right, so bust. There's a lot of busts, but we'll call these waiver wire busts because this is you ran. And I mean, like, full fucking streaker sprinted to the waiver wire to get these people.
Yeah.
When Trey Benson went down, everybody went and got Demicardo.
Yeah, and he got hurt like immediately.
And then he fumbled like Chad Powers. If you haven't seen that show, you have to go watch Chad Powers, Glenn Powell, Chad Powers. That show is so fucking good. Anyway, Demicardo, he fumbled going over the goal line. Remember on that long run? But
that was pretty much like the end of him.
And then they're like, yeah, well, no. That's just it. It's the end of Chad Powers, too.
Did you know there was another season of Peacemaker out?
Yes.
I did not. And I was like, fuck, I guess I got to go back and get HBO again.
I'm waiting for a dump truck of marijuana to come before I watch that.
Already got one.
But no, Demicardo, everybody rushed to the waiver wire. They blew a lot of money, and they went for him. Speaking of blowing a lot of money, the one guy I think is the biggest waiver bust, and you said it because you have in your league, you have experience with it.
Oh, yeah. And in my auction,
Bill. Ja'Cory Krusky married, if you don't know who Bill is.
Now, granted, it's a dynasty, so he still has a chance to come back for him and do better. But
right.
Blew his entire free agent.
You get $100?
You get $100. And he spent all $100 of it before the season started.
I think I bid 30 and thought I was swinging dick for a second.
And he hasn't really done much. I mean, the whole offense is in shambles.
Dynasty-wise, I think it's still okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I think if you watch them all run, he is the most talented back.
Agreed.
He has fumbled. Washington's a fucking dumpster fire.
They're just on fire right now, right?
But as far as redraft, people went and they spent auction money on it.
Mm-hmm.
They spent their number one waiver on him, and you can't reliably start him at this point.
You can't. No, I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys that I'd rather start over him. Hell, I might even consider starting RJ Harvey over him just because he likes to
I think I would start Harvey over him because at least you get return. You get return points too for Harvey.
Right. If your league counts return yards.
At the end of this, when we're drinking, we're going to talk about my dude who I fucking love. And God, am I coming right again? I am coming so right again. He's going to be a beast. Stay tuned. All right. So let's get to the next segment. This segment is Rest of Season Heroes, a.k.a. buy low targets. And by buy low, this is you're buying them at a good value, hoping that they are going to make your lineup and push you into the playoffs.
Well, I mean, it's kind of ironic. My buy low target actually was just bought low by an actual NFL team.
That's funny. That's true.
Rashid Shaheed going to the Seahawks, and you got to hear me out on this one. He's quietly one of the fastest dudes in the NFL. His downfield target ability is through the roof. I mean, shit, he's got all but 2 of his 12 career touchdowns have gone for more than 30 yards. So it's like that's all he does. And you pair him up with a guy like Jackson Smith and Jigba and Sam Darnold on fire.
Sam Darnold is making those receivers happy.
I want as much of Rashid Shaheed I can get. I mean, he might even be on your waivers right now and could be the next waiver hero going forward.
I think he's only rostered. You keep talking about him. But here's a question for you. So it obviously hurts Torrey Hilton, the rookie.
Yeah, it definitely hurts the rookie. He's been looking good, but
does that
Shaheed's taking that job?
Does that hurt? Does that hurt JSN at all?
No, it opens him up because it's going to take the top off the defense a little bit.
Yeah, Raheem Shaheed is only
he's just going to eat down low. It's kind of like the Pickens and Lamb thing. Like Lamb's still going to do his thing,
right? And
Pickens is still going to get his. There's enough to go around.
But I like Rashid as a better deep threat too. Like, yeah, I think it'll give JSN the more to run give JSN more ability to run more crosses, more across the middle, and use his talent and let Shaheed take the top off. But
I also think that Darnold is a very underrated deep ball thrower. I think he throws a very good deep ball, and I think it's going to be a match made in heaven. I don't know. There's just a gut feeling here that I think Rashid Shaheed moving forward.
And he's only owned in 69% of leagues.
Giggity.
So he is more than likely out there on your waiver wire.
Yeah.
My guy.
Well, not more than likely. 49% would be more than likely, not 69%.
Okay, well he's likely.
He's likely on your waiver wire. So go pick him up
in most leagues.
If you've got a guy,
if you're in a 10-man league, he's on your waiver wire. If you're in a 12-man league,
if you got Keon Coleman sitting on your bench, you go pick up Rashid Shaheed.
So my guy is a risk, very low buy low target, is Luke Musgrave. With Tucker Kraft being out, after he went out, Luke Musgrave had 3 catches for 34 yards. Luke Musgrave was drafted 38 spots ahead of Kraft.
He's definitely on your waiver
and
wire.
He was the starter until he had the oblique injury
and lost it to
Tucker Kraft. And I think that Tucker Kraft has shown that he's probably the more talented tight end.
Yeah.
But Musgrave is like Michael Mayer in Las Vegas. He's not a far drop off. So I think he's going to be the benefactor of a lot of targets. And Luke Musgrave is going to be a great pickup or a trade target if he's owned to end your season on for that push. If you lost Tucker Kraft, and I did it in a 12-man league, I immediately picked up Musgrave because I think he's going to get 6 to 8 targets a game.
I definitely cannot argue with that one bit. Because like you said, Musgrave was a great tight end before Tucker Kraft came on the scene.
Tucker Kraft got like Tom Brady got the opportunity and never looked back.
And he's already got chemistry. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. He's already got chemistry with Love, so it's not like it's going to take him long to get going. He might even do it immediately.
Yeah. So, I mean, he went out 3 targets, 3 catches. 3 targets, 3 catches, 3 for 3 with 34 yards when he went out. So, you know that he can catch the ball. He can get it. Stop. Ew.
What'd you do? Just lick the mic?
Yeah, it tastes like stranger. All right. So, another. All right.
Sticking your
I'm going to give you a pair of guys that I think are buy low targets because of production and injury.
Okay.
Ricky Pearsall and Juwan Jennings.
I love me some Ricky.
Because the San Francisco, those two, they've been both injured.
Hey, Juwan got in the end zone last week.
But they've both been injured. They've both been underperforming. And I think, like you said, we had talked about this before, with Purdy getting more healthy, I think right now they're at the lowest they're going to be.
I just hope Purdy plays this week.
And they're going to... God only knows. But Mac Jones isn't that bad. But I'm saying
Mac Jones isn't a bad backup rolling on. He's actually probably getting himself paid right now because he'll end up at like Carolina or something next year.
It's true. Or Arizona.
Or the Jets.
It's true. But I think the Jets are tanking for Arch. But I think Ricky and Juwan are both people that you can buy very, very low. And I think that they're pushing towards the playoffs. And after being back and 100% healthy, they both increase in value.
Yeah, and I think there'll be great flex plays moving forward. And then definitely two players that you can probably get for pretty cheap right now. I mean, like super cheap. You wouldn't have to give up much to get him on your roster.
Speaking of injuries, we talked about another guy coming back. When he comes back from injury, should step right into being the workhorse. And right now, if people might be looking for a player for right now, if you can wait a week or two.
There was a rumor saying he was going to make it back this week, but hopefully definitely next week. But Trey Benson is definitely on that list. Is James Conner still out with his injury?
James Conner might be never playing again.
And yeah, agreed. And Trey Benson came in and looked fantastic the first couple games. And then he got hurt.
Another one you didn't find out after the game that he was hurt.
Right.
So when he comes back, he's going to be the starter. So you might be able to buy him for something cheap, or maybe a flex wide receiver or something to a team. If you need running back help and you're in the hunt, it's worth taking a shot on Trey Benson.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, not a buy low target. Honorable mention, though, you're going to cost you a little more, but you love this guy finishing out the season.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley, his value is probably at its absolute lowest it's going to be for the rest of the season. So I'm not saying you're going to have to pay.
Top off of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
God, that's so good.
So I'm not saying you're going to spend little to get him. Obviously, it's Saquon freaking Barkley.
You're going to spend less than what his draft capital was.
Right. And I think he's only going to double his production down the second half of the year. So if you got somebody that's disgruntled, needs some wide receiver help, and has other running backs to go with Saquon, you might be able to peel him out of their fingers for the rest of the season. And I think it could end up winning your league down the stretch.
I like it. I agree. Like he's not a buy low, but he's a buy.
Like somebody might trade you him for like a Marvin Harrison Jr. after he's had a couple good weeks. And if he's your third or fourth player.
You just piqued my interest in something. All right. Let's get to some Booze Ballin Awards. We're going to give out 3 awards.
Okay.
We're going to give out the Houdini, that player who just fucking disappeared.
Nice.
We're going to give out the Hangover.
Okay.
The guy who looked great to start the season, maybe week 1.
There's only one guy
and then
on that
just
list.
Disappeared. And then the Sober Truth, which was what we believe is the best draft value of the season so far.
Okay.
So let's start with the Houdini. I think we have
my Houdini.
We have 2 Houdinis, which we couldn't pick from. I think your guy is a little bit better, so mine's going to be number 2.
All right. So do you want to go first or second then?
I'll go second. This is our runner-up to the Houdini.
Because my Houdini...
Your Houdini is really fucking good.
Was supposed to be
my Houdini,
I'm going to come into the league, take this job over, and be an absolute stud. And then he just decided... So his average draft...
I guess we're going with your guy then.
Was 55.8. And forget disappeared. This guy is just... He's a no-show. Like he hasn't even stepped on the field.
Redraft and Dynasty.
His value has just gone...
Actually, you know what? I should also
redraft. He doesn't even have value.
No value.
Zero
Dynasty,
value. I think he scored like 2 fantasy points all year.
And Dynasty, his value got to the point where what's going to happen over the next couple of years because he's not behind an old dude.
So the guy that I'm talking about is Caleb Johnson of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Come into the league. Everybody's thinking he's going to be this guy who just kicks Jalen Warren out of the fucking
He was
curb.
supposed to be one of the top 5 running backs out of the class.
I definitely stood tall for Jalen Warren.
But you didn't think Gainwell was going to beat him out.
I did not think that was where I was going to go. Because now it's like, what is it? I mean, in a dynasty league, are you giving up an early second for him? I mean, you paid a 105, 106 or something like that?
I picked him with the 108, 107. Okay. No. Yeah, 106 or 108. I forget what it was. 108.
Something like that. But anyway, mid to second, like a mid first round pick, you spent on this
just
guy.
Just like fucking last year with Jonathan Brooks. Fuck you, running backs.
And I mean, and that's why I always say rookies are hard to trust because you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, at Travion Henderson's another one but he's
probably. But for as far as a guy who disappeared, Caleb Johnson, who was one of the top prospects, went to an offense where people thought Jalen Warren's good, but he should get some play. It should be some sort of a committee. Yeah. And then it's just absolutely nothing.
He's not. It is still a committee, but he's not a part of it.
Yeah, it's a committee, and he's like. I
literally thought it was going to be him and Warren, not Gainwell and Warren.
The fucking water boy at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Jesus. It makes you wonder, like, moving forward, is he even like I said, he's got zero of value right now in a redraft.
Yeah.
And in Dynasty, you're kind of stuck leaving him on your team because it's like I paid a first-round pick for him.
You got to sit with him
6 months ago.
Him and Jaden fucking Higgins. But it kind of like
not even 6 months ago, like 3 months ago.
Like Condre Miller. Everyone thought he was going to get something behind.
That's
he's one of those dudes.
Yeah, he's definitely a catcher. And like Jalen Warren's doesn't look like he's going anywhere. He's playing really well.
So, and even when Jalen Warren got hurt, he didn't get the touches.
Oh, everybody was like, "Oh, Caleb Johnson season, here we go!" And it was like Gainwell and who's I don't even know the other guy.
But Johnson got a couple touches, but just Gainwell. That was it.
It was mostly Gainwell.
So honorable mention for the Houdini is Jerry Jeudy. Last year he was wide receiver 12. So he got.
What is he this year? Like wide receiver 55?
Right now he is wide receiver 74. Week one.
Oh, it's even worse than I thought.
Week one, he had 11.6 points. So you thought, you know what? Okay, slow start. And then just bye. Like he's owned in like 2% of leagues. Not literally. But Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver 12. You thought in the same offense, he's at least a wide receiver 2, maybe a flex play. He's not even bench worthy at this point.
I agreed. I mean, I'm in the 16-team league and I have him, and it's like, do I start him or do I start Blake Corum and hope he gets in the end zone?
I think I'd start Tank Bigsby over him.
Yeah, maybe he pops a long one after they kick the shit out of somebody. I wouldn't mind it. I can't hate it because at least he's going to have a chance to get in the end zone. Jerry Jeudy doesn't even get open. Because
he's a heartbreaker. Because I like Jerry Jeudy.
Agreed, and you can't blame it all on him because of the quarterback carousel there.
But he kind of did it in Denver.
He probably had. Yeah, it's true. He absolutely disappeared in Denver.
Like I like his skill set.
We thought after last year when he finally made the breakout season, it's like, here we go. Here's Jerry Jeudy, the Jerry Jeudy, and now it's just like, nope, just kidding.
All right. Now this is consensus, and this stings personally.
This is a very bad one for us because we love this guy.
The Hangover, the guy who week one came out, you're like, great draft pick.
Here he fucking is.
And then he ain't did shit since.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't even call it the Hangover. We should just call it
the Coleman.
The Coleman. Yeah.
Keon Coleman. Week one looked like what you thought you were getting last year, what you thought you were getting in the draft. James Cook.
I get it. James Cook is balling out.
James Cook has overproduced what everybody. I like her. James Cook is overproducing what everybody thought he would. Everyone thought he was going to regress. He didn't.
Right. No. Yeah. James Cook has been balling.
Kincaid has taken a step up and been good. But you're right. Where'd the targets go?
Like week one, he had like 12 targets. Went for like 100 and some yards and a touchdown. Everybody was like, "Hey, are they going to actually use him as like the guy?" And it just disappeared.
Makes sense as to how he can just disappear like that after what he did week one, and then still have one of the best offenses in the league. I'm going to pull him up.
Well, yeah, I get it, and it's like the Khalil Shakir, but Shakir isn't a number one.
Yeah,
we were waiting for. We thought Coleman after week one that he was like, I have arrived. I'm the number one in this offense, and I'm going to start kicking ass.
11 targets. 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown, averaging 14 yards per catch. Week one. And then 3 targets, 3 catches. 4 targets, 3 catches. 4 targets, 3 catches. 7 targets, 4 catches, and a touchdown, but only 23 yards.
Right.
6 for 3, 4 for 3, 2 for 2.
So it took him 3 weeks just to get the same amount of targets he had in week one.
He had 112 yards the week one. He had 45 yards week 4, and other than that, has not gotten over 30 yards.
Make it make sense. And now you got guys out there like fucking, oh my God, what's his name? The old head that's still playing in Buffalo. He's actually getting more targets than he is, and it doesn't make any sense. He's bounced around from team to team. He's on Washington there for
Palmer?
a while. No.
Curtis Samuel,
yeah.
He came,
somehow he's in there getting targets over Keon Coleman.
Curtis Samuel came out with Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey and Curtis Samuel were both drafted to Carolina and were both supposed to be those Swiss Army knives.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel was a running back turned wide receiver, and Christian McCaffrey was a wide receiving running back. Christian McCaffrey thrived, and Curtis Samuel disappeared. But they were both drafted the same year to both be the same type of guys. Like he was supposed to be more like your Debo. Yeah. And he just disappeared. Now you can see he's that guy.
Right, but now he's old, and it's like, how the hell is Keon not getting targets over this guy? It's pissing me off.
That's a fucking either one. Yeah, you know what that does?
I didn't even write that one down. That one was easy.
We next year or at the end of the year, we might change the Hangover, aka the Coleman.
And just call it the Coleman.
That hurts though.
I know we can't do that to him. We like him too much.
He's a goofy, funny bastard. I love that kid.
He would fit in right along here.
All right, let's move on to the sober hard truth. The sober truth. The best draft value.
All right. Well, you're going first this time.
I got two. And you got one.
There is only one.
Well, there is only one. Well, there is two. My first one is going to be. I'm going to start with Raji Rice. Because in a lot of leagues...
That is if your team was able to weather the storm for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah, and even if not, if you're close.
Because if you started 1-5 because you drafted Raji Rice too early.
If you're anywhere near... Yeah, if you start 1-5, it doesn't. But if you're anywhere near close... Because he didn't get drafted. He was 66. He got drafted in a 10-man league in the 6th to 7th round.
Yeah. He went even later in mine.
And he's a top 5 wide receiver.
Probably the rest of the way.
So as far as draft value, to me, if you were one of those people who were smart, like fucking wife did it.
I did.
Actually, I did both of these guys in a 12-man league, and oh my God, do I look so scary. It's not even funny right now. If it wasn't for my Burrow injury, I wouldn't have lost a damn game. But he's one of those guys that you already had your wide receiver 1, your wide receiver 2, 2 running backs, a tight end, and a quarterback. And then you took this guy as your flex. So if you weathered the storm, to me, he was slept on because a lot of people are like, how's he going to be when he comes back? And like we talked about it, he wasn't injured.
I was shocked that he fell as far as he did.
I would say 90%.
It's just 6 games, people. Like you lose guys like that on IR no different.
People are so worried about what you just said, starting 1-5. They're like, well, I can't take that risk.
Well, I mean,
but if you did,
but the best part about that is, though,
you are so fucking
there's
happy.
Always guys on the waiver wire after the draft, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have drafted that guy. If you pick a guy like Rice that you know is going to be suspended, if you can put him in your IR with a suspensions, not all leagues you can do that, but you could just slide him right into your IR spot and he'll go pick up.
I got 3 leagues I have him in that have 0 IR, and I just left him there. And 2 of those leagues, I had both of my guys on to start, just taking that risk. But that, to me, if you drafted him, you weathered the storm, he's taking you to the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
Hit me with your guy, and then I'll hit you with my last guy.
Well, it's the only guy, and it's Javonte Williams.
Fair.
I mean, we talked about this again. If you watch the show, we talked about this in our pre-draft rankings.
That is too long of an opening for your phone, by the way.
Well, I'm not used to doing it left-handed, or it goes a lot faster than that. But anyway, I basically said at the beginning of the year that the Dallas backfield was a league-winning backfield. I was like, the offense is going to put up points, and if you can pick the right guy that comes out of that backfield, you're more than likely going to win your league.
And how many leagues did nobody get drafted from that backfield?
It's crazy to me.
We went through full drafts where Javonte Williams, Sanders, and Blue, for all intents and purposes, none of them were drafted until after the 10th round, or just
Javonte was drafted as the 38th overall running back. He's running back like freaking 6 right now.
Right. So yeah, I agree. He might be he is one of your top 3 best draft picks.
I mean, he's returned on your investment. Like, that's going somewhat undrafted in a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did go undrafted because everyone's like, well, who's going to be there?
As far as he could have been our waiver wire hero, because a lot of times he didn't get drafted.
That's true. But everybody was afraid that Sanders was going to take over that. Was going to be the offense. And then you heard all the hype around Jaden Blue, which we bought into a little bit. And he's just basically... And
Sanders got a little bit banged up. Blue, for whatever reason, he was healthy scratches there for the first 3 or 4 weeks. Then he fumbled,
and now he's healthy scratch again.
Yeah, and now it's his show. He's not going anywhere outside of injury, which he's got a little bit of a history of, so be careful moving forward. If he stays healthy,
that's good.
But if he stays healthy, he's going to be a top 6, top 7 guy the rest of the way. That's a hell of an RB4 that you got put on your bench.
That is some sober fucking truth.
That is some sober truth for you there.
All right, last guy is another guy. I'm putting another guy who went undrafted till late, unless people, like you said, Quinshon Judkins. Because of the news of him, I'm in a 12-man league, and I picked up Rice and Judkins. I picked up Judkins in the 12th round.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now I'm starting him with James Cook, Chase Brown, and Derrick Henry.
That's pretty awesome.
Every fucking week. And I'm starting Ibuka and Raji Rice. But Judkins is one of those guys where, again, you didn't know. There was all the news. He dropped. Not only in Dynasty, but in redraft. He dropped. And then you pick him up late. So now let's say you picked up both of the guys like I did. You got an RB1 and a wide receiver 1 that you picked up after round 8 or 9. So That is mid-season. That is where we're at. We got some picks. We got some buy lows. We got
it's
our
been
MVPs.
A weird year. I just got to sneak that in there.
I do want to say that, and I said this on another podcast, and I'm going to do the work for that podcast, but I'm also going to do the work for this podcast is I feel like there has been a lot more major injuries to star players this year than there has been in the past.
It feels that way for sure.
It feels it. Now, I can't say that injuries as a whole, because maybe it's just not like your big name players, but I feel like this year we have lost, and by major, I mean IR worthy.
Your Malik
injuries. Your neighbors, your Scatabo, your Benson in practice, your Travis Hunter in practice.
Your
like
James Conner.
Like you're not your Connor. Like, so
Omarion Hampton.
I'm going to research
Najee
this.
Harris.
And like the people that finished the game and you're like, holy shit, you got hurt.
CeeDee Lamb was hurt there for a little bit.
But I'm saying, so I want to see the amount of IR worthy 4-week injuries this year compared to the last years and see if it really is more. I'm going to do the study on that. And when we do our next episode, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But it feels like it, right?
I mean, I wouldn't bet against it. That's for sure. Just strictly speaking of my teams, because like I have 4 fantasy teams and they're all fucking riddled with injuries. The one I have no idea how I'm still in first place.
I got 12 and they're all fucked except for 3.
Yeah, like I lost neighbors and still somehow squeaking wins out. It doesn't make any sense.
All right, so let's get to the final four. Actually, before we get to the final four, I want to throw a shout out to my dude who returned his first kick for a touchdown last week, and a guy we call our little mini Puka with so much damn potential in this league, Shimmery Deke.
Shimmery Dimmery Doc.
God, does he not look good when he runs routes though?
He's crisp.
He's crisp and he's fast, and I think when Cam Ward gets better, Alec Manor is going to be the wide receiver 2, and Deke should be the wide receiver 1. Mark my words, within the next 2-3 years, he is wide receiver 1 and competing for a top 10 wide receiver in this league. That dude just is good.
He does it all.
Just saying. I'm putting that out there now because I love it. I love it. I love that we had that conversation on our live last week, and then like an hour
we talked about
later,
his return ability, and then he literally fucking house one to the.
He got me 30 points in that league with like 3 catches. I actually got to look this up, but we're going to do the final pour. We are going to rate our left cross, the cross that you have taken to your fantasy teams repeatedly.
The cross heard round the world.
I can definitely taste the rum in it.
For sure. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to get better as I drank it, and it didn't. It stayed right where it was.
But it's still good, though.
Still very good. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on. Last week, you got me 29 points.
I am going to say this.
1 reception, you got me 29 points.
That's stupid. That's why I hate return yards. Everybody keeps asking me if I want to add return yards to my 16-team league. And I'm like, no. Because then you get guys like this who Deke catches 1 catch and you still put up 29 fantasy points. Like, that's just stupid. Why? Because your team sucks and you constantly get a chance to return the fucking football.
And this is the lesson, to read
your rules.
If you join a league, read your rules. He is wide receiver 2 on the year. I can't say he's a waiver wire hero unless you're in this league. He's wide receiver 2 on the year. Yeah. And I am starting him, and I have great wide receivers.
And that's all because Tennessee gets the shit kicked out of him all the time. And he just 170 return yards a week.
Igbuka, Sutton, Metcalf, Odunze got good receivers. But Deke,
you don't even start him.
Deke fucking starts every week. And
he gets like 3 targets a game.
But he did get a touchdown too. Dude, he gets his targets, but that's not, if he was in a better offense, he'd have catches
better,
because he gets open. Cam Ward just can't get to him. All right. A left cross, 14-year, 96 proof. I definitely get the rum.
Oh, the rum's almost too much.
Like that rum finish.
Yeah.
The finish does not finish like bourbon at all.
I get it. Yeah. No, that's why I said the rum's almost too much.
It's delicious. Don't get me wrong.
It's very good, but I will say for the price point, I would rather buy the original Puncher's Chance and drink that over this one.
But you get it at 80. Is it worth it?
Absolutely.
I almost want to rate it as a rum more than a bourbon. It's so rummy.
It's so rummy. Yeah. It's very Jamaican, man.
Well, no wonder they went with the green and yellow. I'll tell you what.
It's very good. Am I disappointed? Just a little.
It's sweet. So
it didn't blow my dick off like I wanted it to. But it didn't
the first sip kind of touched your dick a little.
It tickled my tip for sure. But as I drink it, like you said, the rum finish almost like takes away from it. Because the very beginning of it is fantastic. And then like
it has a very sweet, woody, if you like, it almost has a very sweet oak smell on the nose. Very, very sweet. You get a little bit of like wood, but it's almost like a sweet wood.
Yeah, it's really.
And then front of the palate, really smooth, really sweet. You get a candied, almost like
as it's going in your mouth.
As it's going in your mouth, you
feels fantastic.
Tell me you don't get like a little bit like a candied nut.
Yeah.
Not in a weird way. Tell me you don't get like candied nuts.
Yeah.
Not testicles, not balls.
You had to add an S to it the second time. Yes, agreed. Candy nuts.
But then it finishes more like a rum than a bourbon to me.
A fantastic rum, but yes, agreed.
So if I'm rating it as a bourbon, like that rum just kind of hits me, but I still think it's really good. I really think the 14 years gives it a lot more.
It gives it more of a body, and it definitely gives it more flavor than the original Puncher's Chance that we've had.
It's more of a drinker's drink at 14 years than the other Puncher's is, for sure.
Yeah. But as far as what I get from the other one, for what, $35 a bottle or
for
whatever?
For your palate, your palate especially, that's fucking gold. Yeah,
right. It just hits me perfect. So if you're a new bourbon drinker like I am, you would probably want to stick more towards the 2-year original Puncher's Chance, as opposed to the 14-year rum cask left cross.
I do like this though. I'm gonna have our time because taste. I do really. It's like the taste.
That's what's crazy is because the drinkability is very good as well. Like
it's going to be high.
I could drink it all night. It's just a matter of how much I wanted to drink that.
It's going to be high to me. I'm going to tell you right now. So taste, like I love that sweet candy testicles on the front. So it's going to be high to me. I'm going to give it. I know we scaled down our ratings a little bit, so I don't know if I want to go in the 90s.
We do need to do a re-rating,
but I want
episode one of these days.
That's what we should do in our off season. Get a little bit of everything and then do it.
Okay.
No, we're gonna do some blind. We're gonna do some blind rankings of what we've had, our highest rankings, and redo them. But I'm gonna say, but I like that space. I'm gonna say an 88 for the taste.
Fuck you.
What do you got?
I was going 88 as well.
You can go with whatever you want.
That was what I had in my mind when I was like, yeah, that's what I was.
It's an easy drink too, though. I might go a hair higher with the drinkability. Can I take a little splash? One more splash? Just a splash. I know you're taking this home with you. Chimmery Deek.
29 fantasy points just because he catches the ball in a punt.
See, to me though, I like the complexity. The rum throws me off, but I don't think that hurts my drinkability. Like I would give it like a 92 or so for the drinkability, but I think because of that rum finish, I'm gonna knock it down to a 90. But I want to hear what your taste is first.
I was gonna put the drinkability higher.
Yeah, the like drinkability is definitely higher. It's good
because like the rum, if anything, takes away from the taste score, but helps the drinkability score.
Yeah, because you don't get that bourbon. You don't get that ethanol burn.
You don't get that burn at the end that I hate. So
you get a rum finish. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very hard to explain because I'm not very good at it. But I'm going 92 on drinkability.
92. Did you give me your taste yet? Or are you going with the 88?
I said 88. Fuckface. Don't fucking tell me I didn't give you a number.
You did. All right. So I'll stick with it. I'm gonna say. See, I did say I was gonna go a 92 before you said that. You fuck.
Did you? I never heard the words number 92. I just heard.
I said I was going to knock it down, though, just for that rum and say a 90.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm going to say 90. So 88, 92, and 90.
It's probably like right around a 90.
Doesn't that give us a... Because it's 89.
Is it an 89?
I think so. 8 plus 2 is 20. Okay, no, it gives us a 90. No.
I was say, all right.
I don't fucking use your math abilities there.
No, I'm not using my math abilities.
It's divided by 4.
I don't have any math abilities
88 plus
anymore,
88
motherfucker.
plus 92 plus 90.
88 plus 88. So Des Bryant plus CeeDee Lamb plus 90.
And 92.
I don't know any 90s.
And 92.
Oh, shit. It closed out when I hit equals.
You know me here. I can do it fast.
88 plus 80. Plus 8.
Plus 90. Plus 92. Divided by 4.
I know how to do averages. 89.5. That's why we fucking suck. So it is less than. See, now we're going to have to rate the original one again.
So you know what? You're not going to drink through this fast.
We'll blind taste it.
I'll get a Punchers next weekend.
Well, you'll know exactly which one's which.
Well, you will, but when I'm in Delaware, I'll get a regular Punchers.
Okay.
And I'll bring it back, and we'll do this when we do our. What was I going to do? We'll do our next episode in like 2 weeks. We'll put them We'll do a side by side next week.
Okay.
Next episode.
Sounds good.
That's Midseason Frenzy. The fucking dumpster's on fire. Your team's probably injured. If you're not, you're
either winning your league place. Or you're in IR hell.
I don't think there's a medium. I don't think there's a middle ground. No,
all of my leagues are like that. I'm in IR hell in all of them, and I'm just trying to scrape to make the playoffs.
This is one of the tightest years I've seen. All my leagues are so tight.
And that's why, because all the good teams got fucking hurt.
You're either like 7-1 or like 6-0 or
I'm
7-2
in your fifth quarter league.
Yeah, and then you got everybody else's like 5-4 or 3 wins. You got like your good team, and then everybody else.
My team's not even that good. I'm just getting lucky as fuck.
You're about to lose. All right,
I'm probably gonna lose. Yes, you're right.
So we kept this under an hour. Mid-season mayhem. I had fun. You have fun?
I always have fun.
Puka Nuka.
Puka Nuka.
That's how you.